Thank you again, Mr. Speaker. I rise in support of Mr. Denham's amendment. High-speed rail has been a boondoggle in California pretty much since day one. The voters, when they had it presented in front of them as Prop 1A in the 2008 election, they were told a $33 billion project that would connect San Francisco to Los Angeles with a continuous high-speed rail project. What we found out within 3 years was, after the price went up initially $45 billion, that a true audit turned out it would be $98.5 billion. After that, the governor real quick decided to change the project and use the connectivity of the Bay Area and Los Angeles, their local systems, to make up for it, which is illegal under Prop 1A. It has to be continued from San Francisco to LA. You can't use local transit systems and make it illegal under Prop 1A. So now what we see is that they were able to downsize the cost to only $68 billion over what the voters, by 52%, not an overwhelming margin, merely 52%. They were sold a bill of goods. That's why we shouldn't spend another federal dollar or state dollar, which enables the federal dollars enable the state dollars to be spent. We need to stop that here until they come up with a real plan that shows the financing. They haven't shown the financing yet. We can identify $3 billion worth of federal money, $9.95 billion worth of state money, approximately $13 billion for a project in the downsized illegal form is only $68 billion, they say. Where's the other $55 billion come from? They have no idea. There's no private sector money. There's no more federal money that's going to happen other than the $3 billion that's been captured from the stimulus package of a couple years ago. We need to take that money and channel that into something else that we need to do desperately, such as our transportation infrastructure, which we're speaking a lot about here this week. Or in California, we have a desperate need for water supply during our drought instead of a boondoggle, which is going to pave through a bunch of our ag land in California, as well as important other infrastructure. What do we hear about it? Oh, it's going to save CO2. It's going to be a panacea for global warming. You know, for 30 years, it won't even help towards this project of global warming. Instead, part of their plan is they're going to have to plant trees to offset the construction of high-speed rail because it's going to have a higher CO2 footprint than what we already have. It's boondoggle after boondoggle. We talk about jobs. These aren't real jobs. The numbers have been inflated since day one. They tried to tell us 3 years ago that it was going to cause 1 million new jobs for California. We finally pinned them down in a state committee. They said, well, that means 1 million job years. Turns out to be it might be 5,000, 10,000 jobs on the construction, not 1 million jobs. It's deceit after deceit. We need to plow this money that we have federally back into something that would help our transportation infrastructure in California or in the nation, help build water supply, anything but this project here, which is full of deceit and empty promise after empty promise. Mr. Speaker, I yield back.